Good morning, students, and welcome to online class of Law and Practice of Banking. So, in the last sem, you have Human Resource Management. For this sem, you will be having Law and Practice of Banking. I hope you are healthy and fit, as you might be aware that your E1 sem has been started, and even the timetable has been posted on WhatsApp group. So, as per the guidelines of UGC, 40% of syllabus will be covered through online platform and rest through offline mode. So without wasting much time, we'll move towards the subject. Okay, so first we'll be covering the syllabus. So you have 5 units. So unit 1 is bankers and customers. Under this, definitions of both banker as well as customer will be dealt in. Then general and special relationship. Okay, then bankers rights and obligations, account opening procedure, and KYC norms. KYC means know your customer norms. The second unit is negotiable instruments, very important unit from this chapter. Negotiable units. Under this, the meanings of negotiable instruments such as promissory notes, bills of exchange, and checks. Okay, then essentials of valid checks, order and barrier check, crossing, meaning of crossing, objective and types, material alteration, endorsement, meaning, objective and type. Okay, so here you will be studying complete details about the checks, types of negotiable instruments, the reasons for crossing, then endorsement, and the types of endorsement. Then the third unit will be paying banker. Under this, the precautions while making payment of checks, statutory protection, payment in due course. Then next is collecting bankers' rights, duties, and liabilities, statutory protections. Okay. The fourth unit is bank advance. Under this, principles of sound lending. This is very important topic. Okay, also. Then next, type of advance. Under types of advance, loans, cash credit, overdraft, bill purchase and discounted, letter of credit, secured and unsecured advance, mode of crediting charges. Okay, so we are completely studying the details on advance only, which types of advance given by the banks also. Okay, the next is last unit is technologies in banks. This is a very common for you. Under this, the meaning, features, purpose and importance of internet banking. Then ATM, e-banking, core banking, online banking, telebanking, credit card, Kisan card, smart card. All these terms, meanings and definitions will be studied. Okay, so overall 5 units are there, and all are very easy as well as interesting for you also. So before going towards the syllabus and all, I will tell you one thing: you can easily score above 90 here. So first we'll move towards the first unit, that is banks and customers. Okay, so first we'll study about the banks. What is a bank? Bank means a commercial bank or institution that accept deposit from public and purpose of lending. The main reason for bank is what? For accepting the deposit from public and giving the loan to the public only, or to the businessmen, or to the governments. Okay, so banks are of various types. Okay, for example, commercial bank, investment bank, development bank. Okay, so which are the commercial bank? Commercial banks are SBI, Syndicate Bank, national banks are there, and these are the commercial banks. Okay, investment banks also are there. Okay, then development banks also are there. Okay, development banks which are giving loans for the development purpose. Okay, whenever government wants loan for construction of any highway or any infrastructure buildings and all, at that time these development banks gives loan to the government, even over the businessmen also. Okay, so there are different types of banks. not only commercial bank, there are also investment bank, there are development banks and also. Okay, so in simple term we can say that bank is a institution which accept deposit from the public and lend loans or advances to the businessmen, to the public, or even to the government also. Okay, so let's move towards the definition. So this definition is given by Banking Regulation Act of India 1949, defines as banking as accepting deposit for the purpose of lending or investment of deposit of money from the public, repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawable by check, draft, order or otherwise. Clear? See here, the Banking Regulation Act of India 1949 states that bank means accepting deposit from the public, okay, for the purpose of lending or investment of deposit of money from public, repayable on demand. Whenever the public demanded money, they have to pay to the public. Okay, who? Bank has to pay to the public. Whenever public demand that deposit of money, they have to payable. Bank has to pay them on demand. Okay, or otherwise withdrawal by check, draft, order or otherwise. Yeah, came to know the definition given by Banking Regulation Act of India 1949. Then, special features of banks. Which are the special features? Let's see here. So first one is common, accepting deposit from public. So there are different types of accounts. You might be knowing saving account, current account, RD account, FD account, even pigmy also. Okay. About this we'll study in complete in further classes. Okay. So first feature is accepting deposit from public. Next, second feature, the deposits are time deposits, are repayable on demand. See here, repayable on demand. Repayable on demand means whenever customer demand for the money from the bank has to pay them on demand. Okay, this is the second feature. Third feature is deposits can be withdrawn by making demand through a check. See, third feature is what? They can demand, okay, through different ways. They can demand through check also, they can demand through pay order also, or in case they can take cash from ATM card through ATMs also with the help of ATM cards. Yeah. So from where the customer can demand from here by through a check mode or pay order or ATM cards also. Okay. The next feature, collection of checks and bill is another prominent features of the bank. Collections of checks and bills. Okay, these are another features. Okay, you might be knowing that most of the banks are involved in paying LIC premium, electricity charges, and other water bill charges, and so on. Okay, so why they are doing? For that, banks get some interest for doing that activities. Okay, so that is called as, for that purpose they are collecting checks from the customer. Collection of checks and bills another prominent features of a bank. Next, apart from this, modern commercial banks have entered into business of insurance also, investment brokers, etc. Okay, you might be knowing now very well that commercial banks are also nowadays in this modern world, banks have entered into business of insurance. You might have knowing that even SBIs are giving insurance, even syndicate banks are giving insurance on life, health, and etc. Then investments also, they are entering into investment business also, and so on. Okay, even SBI is involved in mutual funds business, etc. like that. Okay, so these are the these are the features of the banks. Clear? So now let's move towards the functions of the bank. So what is the first function? The first function is accepting deposit, saving current and fixed deposit. Same, just like features, functions will be also same. Next is buying and selling and dealing in gold and other metals. Okay, so you might have heard about safety lockers. Then even banks are involved in buying and dealing in gold items and other metals. Okay, these are another features of the bank. Then providing locker facility, just now I told, banks are providing locker facility for keeping the customers valuable items for safe. For this locker facility, bank charges some amount, okay, from the customer. Okay, that is also another income for the bank. Then lending money for short term. Okay, even bank lend money for short term, for example like bank overdraft, cash credit. Okay, then medium term also and long term also. Okay, short term loans like bank overdraft and cash credit. Even medium terms and long term loans are also lent by the banks. Then collection of bills, checks, draft, etc. on behalf of customer. Then buying and selling in foreign currencies or exchange. Okay, so you might be knowing about foreign exchange or foreign currency. So foreign currency means, for example, okay, let's take an example. $1 is equals to rupees 72 rupees. Okay, okay. So for getting $1, we have to spend nearly 72 rupees. Okay. Suppose we want to purchase one foreign currency. Suppose we want to purchase nearly $10. Okay, we have to spend nearly 720 rupees. Okay, on the basis of 70 rupees, 72 rupees. So what we'll do, we will go for the bank. Okay, we'll purchase $10 from the banks at rupees 720 plus interest. Okay, means on an average 10%, 10 rupees is the interest, means 730 rupees is paid for getting $10 from the bank. Okay, so now here two things happening. One, we are getting dollar, and one more thing, bank is earning 10 rupees profit. Yeah, so here why banks are involved in, because they are earning some profit by doing this bid and ask trade. You will be studying complete about this foreign exchange and foreign currencies in your 6th sem. There is one separate chapter, there is one separate subject for you, principles of foreign exchange. We will be studying about complete over there, how banks are dealing in foreign exchange market. Then about stock markets also you will be studying in details over there. Okay, bid and ask rates are there, then spot rate, forward rate, swap transactions, and many things are there. You'll be studying in 6th sem. Okay, but here for you, simple thing you should keep in mind, whenever forex exchange takes place, there will be two parties. One will be the bank and one will be the customer. Okay, means public. So when public is purchasing forex exchange, okay, when public is purchasing forex exchange from the bank, they has to pay some extra amount also to the bank as a profit for the bank. Okay, so like this also banks are involved in foreign exchange or foreign currencies. Next, transfer of fund from one bank to another bank. Okay, so you might be knowing that another function of bank is transferring fund from one bank to another bank instantly. There are three ways of transferring fund. That is, one is IMPS. IMPS is done through mobile. Okay, then NEFT. Okay, next is RTGS. Okay, NEFT is for below rupees 2 lakh and RTGS is for above rupees 2 lakh. If you want to do transaction below 2 lakh, we have to do through NEFT, or if you want to do transaction above 2 lakh, we have to go for the RTGS. Suppose if you want to send rupees 10,000 to a friend through mobile, we have to go for the IMPS, and IMPS within 5 seconds your transaction will be completed through IMPS. Okay, and when we are dealing in huge amount, we have to go for the RTGS, and below 2 lakh we have to go for the NEFT. Next, undertaking guarantee on behalf of customer. Okay, another functions of bank is taking guarantee on behalf of customer also. Next, act as a trustee, agent of a customer in different transaction. Okay, bank also act as a trustee, agent of a customer in different transaction. Act as the agent of government, represents government in its banking transaction. See how bank act as the agent of the government. See, whenever in certain transactions or certain dealings, bank involvement is very essential. At that time, bank act as an agent of the government and give its valuable information to the government, and based on that only government takes the decision, okay, in some of the banking transactions, okay. Then provide assistance in demat account operations to help customer in stock exchange operation, okay. So what is my demat account? Okay, this term might be new for you. See, a demat account means nothing. It is an account which is open for dealing in stock exchange market, okay. Like how we are opening an account in bank, like for example SB account, that is saving account, current account, for example. See here, SB account is for all common people, current account is for whom? Business people. Like that only, demat account is one type of account which is open and which is required for those people who want to deal in foreign exchange market, okay. Those who want to deal in stocks and all, they want to open one demat account through the banks, okay. Without this demat account you can't deal in foreign exchange market, okay. So here also banks provide assistance in opening demat account operations for the customers in dealing in foreign exchange operations. Next, undertake any kind of business with the permission of central bank and reserve bank. See here, if bank want to take if bank want to add new business, they have to take the permission from the Reserve Bank of India, okay. This is also another function. Without the permission of RBI, they can't do any other business. So these were the functions of banks, okay. So the last slide is customer, okay. So now we came to know the banks. So now let's see who is a customer. So yeah, customer is a person who has an account with the bank, okay. He is a customer for bank, clear. A person who is having account in the bank is a customer for bank, whichever may be account, current account, same account, FD account, or whichever may be, okay. So this is called as customer, okay. So in today's class we have studied the meaning of banks, okay, then features of banks, okay, sorry, the meaning of bank, the definition, the features, the functions, okay. The functions are many. Then last was customer, okay. Then one more thing is there. Then the modern theory says that, see here, modern theory says that once a saving and current account is open, immediately he becomes a customer, clear. How to become a customer? See here, once you open a saving account or current account in one bank, you become a customer of that bank, whether you operate such account or not. That's secondary, okay. What is primary? If you want to open an account, if you want to become a customer in the bank, you have to open an account, that's it. Whether you're operating it or not, that's secondary, clear. It's called as customer. So that's it for today's class. Hope you will meet in the next class. Thank you.